Welcome back, everyone, to the listeners and the viewers. We're now live. It's episode 5, and we're back. We're back from being outside. We're now inside.
Oh, really?
New venue.
Okay.
Yeah. What are we saying, brothers?
Yeah, man. Shout out to Wavy Times Studios. Shout out to Leon for blessing us here, man.
He blessed us nicely, man.
You know what I'm saying?
Beautiful studio. You know what I mean? We put the location up there. Do a little booking and all that, you know? Each one teach one. Yeah, man. But it's nice and not nice. Isn't it? Really.
Yeah.
We're missing someone. I wonder who it is.
J.E., man. J.E. should be here, but
He's here in spirit, man.
yeah, 100.
And I think one of the things that has really spotted onto us in general, is we're noticing what we've lost or what we're missing out on now that we're here. I mean, it might seem like this is the land of plenty. It might seem like, you know, creature comforts, people get homesick, all stuff like that. But I think more mentally and spiritually, I think it's actually more painful being here after experiencing that. Like you know that notion. What's that saying when like ignorance is bliss?
Yeah.
Yeah. And just at a stage where we're not able to wake up naturally. I'm waking up to an alarm now. That's just small little things, man. Just small little things. I'm waking up to an alarm, and I know I have about a short period of time before I have to go to what I call financial slavery. And that's just a harsh reality for me, because any holiday, whether it's a holiday somewhere else or what we done, it's just a short break before you have to put the shackles back on your ankles. And that's what's painful for me, is that I have to voluntarily put the shackles back on my ankles and walk back into the plantation, so to speak. So that's what's my pain. It's also nice, obviously, because I've got family here and all that, you know what I'm saying? So there's family on both sides of the river, as they say, you know what I mean? So yeah, that's my situation.
What about you, bro?
Yeah, man. It's what would you call it? It's bittersweet. Like by now, obviously, online on our socials, you would have seen the vlogs that we would have done of our the 8 days that we were there, and even going through it, even kind of going back through the footage, the archives. It was like, wow, man, like so much was done in actually some short time. You know what I mean? But I was saying to someone at work, like, when it's all said and I said it to a few people actually, when it's all said and done, there was so much peace. Like technically, where we were as deemed as a third world country, but I had more peace in a third world country than in a so-called first world countries. Just by how nature was like everything was just simplistic. If you think about it, like when we were over there, like there was no stress, no drama. Like we didn't need, or there wasn't any like a real need for anything. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I think just going back, looking at it, I just think more people need to experience that. And I'm talking about the stuff that we done, like just even the little snippets of being on the land and picking the fruit, the veg, learning about certain things and stuff like that. Unfortunately, we didn't get to like properly do what we set out to do, but yeah, this inspires me, man. I guess coming back has given me so much inspiration to kind of just put things into perspective. You know what I mean? Yeah. And prioritize like some things are just not that deep over here. Really not. Like as long as you've got your kind of your mind, your health, like that's the wealth that you need, man. So yeah. It's just finding that balance and readjusting to kind of like Kay was saying, going back into the plantation / rat race, that adjustment really. But
it's mad what you're saying as well, Em, yeah, because like Western society, this country, the UK, teaches you need more. It's like you have to be plentiful. You need loads of this, that, and the third. Whereas we're saying that we had a better life living on a minimalistic lifestyle.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? Less end up being more. How crazy is that?
I've got a question on that, but I'll just share my thoughts before
first,
I ask you that question. Is I don't know. For me, man, it was I felt the peace, like you, man. I slept better, and I would wake up 5:30, 6. No dramas. Here, waking up is a struggle. You just feel like you're forcing yourself to get up, whereas there, you're not forcing yourself to do anything. It's just happening. You know, you're just ready to go. Talking about some of the experiences that we had there, like just getting the coconut straight from the tree.
Cheers.
And then just boom, 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 boom.
I need one right now, boy.
And then you drink it there. Like I said to you, man, when I was out there, I hate coconut water in the shops. I can't stand it. But there, I could have that 3 times a day. No problem, if not more. So I felt that peace. I felt at home, just listening to the birds singing, all the noises in the background. Fresh air. And you just sit by that balcony, just looking over, just watching the moon dip that way. Everything was just,
wild, isn't it? Wild,
it was just crazy. But going back to what you said, do we maybe overlook certain things? Like, could it be a false sense of security? Because we've taken time out. We're there for 8 days. We had the pound to back us up.
Yep.
Would we feel the same if, say, we moved there? Would we have the same feeling, do you think?
Depends, really. Like, if we moved over there with our life experience over here, then your perspective is going to be different because you know what's on the other side of the world. So it's different to someone that's born there, I guess. You know what I mean? Or born anywhere in the Caribbean islands, because that's all they know until they are exposed to something else. So if it was like, right, pack up shop, we're all going over there, then at least you have perspective of what can be done from a Western mindset, whether it's financial or kind of whatever. So I think.
So you see it as an advantage?
Yeah, I do.
Okay.
I do.
Okay. And I guess out of us 4, Jay would be the best person to answer that.
Yeah.
And he said to me, I'm sure he said to us as well, like, he couldn't come back to this lifestyle. Yeah, he's lived it. He's done the job. He's done the living, the renting, etc. Blah blah. And it's not the one. He prefers that life. And the crazy thing is that life was put on him. You understand? He didn't plan to go and do it. He didn't plan to live it. Life just happened, and he was met with a crossroad. And it's either do you sink or swim? He chose to swim. Yeah. So you're right there, M. And you've got a point there as well, T. Because I had, and I shared it with you when we were in the car, I had an issue with the general look of people's homes, like the shacks. I'm talking about like the real ghetto, as the bush side, because not just the physical look, but the instability of it, and the fact that people can build it. People build their own houses, innit? And in my view, if you're all living in the bush, that means that's your community. Everyone hasn't got peas and money like that, but everyone's got plentiful in terms of fruit and veg. If you're my neighbor and such, I didn't understand the mindset of why wouldn't I link onto your shack, let's build it up, get it nice. You then come through, build up my shack, get it nice. We go across the street, see M shack, on the side slant, all that. Ours is good, we're going to build up his. Like, in my view, that's the only way for us all to move up. Rather than trading money, which is what Western society teaches us, you've got to pay me to do something. That general love and care for your people and your environment, I don't know whether it's fully there the way I want to see it. Maybe it is there, but it's not just the way that I want to see it, because obviously Jay said to me, but they're happy.
I was going to touch on that because for me, I guess it's like what you said, exposure, right? Because we've been exposed to the Western world, and therefore our standard of living, our standard of life is up there.
It's biased. It's biased.
Right? It's going to be biased based on that. But one thing I've noticed there, and obviously from where I'm from, being gone back there, they're probably the most happiest people you come across. Living in those conditions with nothing. Kids will use bricks as toys and whatnot, but they're happy. But then, to me, it then comes in, if we take, for example, how the situation is around here.
Yeah, okay.
Nothing against the council estate, but if we are making a comparison.
The comparison in terms of ghetto and whatever.
Yeah. So, someone that's been born, bred in the council estate, chances are they'll most likely be in a council estate themselves and die in the council estate.
By probability, yeah.
Yeah. So if we're looking at that, not a lot would aspire to go against the grain and say, like, I want my own house, I want nice things, I want to be able to work for a living, I want to be able to do something better with myself, because that's all they know is their comfort zone. Whereas if I know different, then you think of it. Do you know what I mean? But to me, that's the main thing that I think maybe we overlook, that these people have been in that environment all their life.
Yeah.
So to them, that shack that you see as a shack, to them it's not.
Yeah, to them it's not. Yeah,
it's normal. To them, that's what
but
it
equally,
is.
see though, you have to. We have to go with outcomes now. Yeah. So let's say all that is just what I'm gonna say. Let's say all that's true. They're happy. They want for nothing. They are good. What outcomes are they getting within Trinidad specifically? We're seeing that our people, one step away from DNA, even though it's their own country now. So from England to the Caribbean, we're still one step away from.
Yeah.
And we're seeing in other cultures in their country still prospering more than the people who are originally there.
But what happened there? They moved. So same thing like what Emmy's saying about if we moved, you would have a different perspective of life and you would implement things that the locals, so the people that are now prospering in the Caribbean.
Oh, they moved to there. Okay, yeah,
they moved there, didn't
yeah.
they? They were not originally from there. They moved there, so it would be a similar thing like what Emmy's saying about if we moved, we've got a different outlook in life, and we think, right, okay, I see a gap there, and I can take advantage of it. Whereas if you are just in that environment, you don't know any better. So I think it's up to us and the rest of our brothers to actually maybe try and facilitate that mindset to change, so a few can go against the grain, and then that turning will start to happen. But expecting the people that are in that comfort zone to just think, oh, there's a bigger pond on the other side of those bushes.
Okay, yeah, I see.
They're not going to think
maybe
like
the
that.
advice is that we encourage people to just travel out and see, because then your mindset will change once you return.
But is there a risk, or are we at risk, or have we been at risk of slightly being a bit of a novelty for us? As much as we went over there for certain reasons, obviously from a business perspective, to see our brother, but we, regardless of how we feel about certain things that happens in the Western world, like, we know that we're coming back, if that makes sense. We know that there's still things going on back home.
So we have that security.
Yeah. So maybe there's an element. So we're going over there. Yes, we've got some sun. I remember it is technically like a vacation, like, because you're coming away from your day-to-day job.
Your norm. Yeah.
So maybe we need to check ourselves and go, you know what? So maybe going back to your original question, maybe, okay, if we're there for an extended period of time, would some of those feelings that we're having or had, would they wane off once we're kind of really assimilated into the culture, into the day-to-day living work? Maybe we need to be mindful of that. So when we're talking about it, like, it's good to kind of say, you know what, people need to get out there, but maybe we need to realise that we're still going over there as tourists,
so to speak.
Yeah. You know?
Yeah.
So it's easy to say, oh yes, but actually, how long would that height, not height, but how long would that energy sustain if that's your norm?
Yeah. So I'm thinking about surviving.
Yeah.
So you're telling me to go out there. I'm thinking of putting food on the table.
Yeah.
For tomorrow. That's all I care about. Nothing else. So
that might answer because obviously with Trinidad there's a serious crime issue there as well, real serious. But just to think about perspective, would you say then, should you move over there? Do you think? And obviously it's hypothetical, so you can't say no. But do you think you would stop your building mindset? Your want to establish a table, because we have to remember our brother Jay is out there, yeah. Despite all the adversity he's had, despite him having to do it technically on his ones for the longest, physically anyway. Why hasn't his waned, and do you think yours would wane?
I don't think any of ours would wane.
So is it a choice then?
Yeah. I think, but I'm just saying in general, you have to have the right mindset. So it's weird that we've had, over the last few weeks, or the last month or so, we've had like similar feelings to kind of, we missed that part, we missed that element of that. I think there's something more innate within us, one step away from DNA people that weren't born from over there. Obviously, T, you came over from Zim, but I think because maybe we reconnected with some type of nature, and it aligned with how it felt right, if that makes sense. So that would make me want to kind of keep building and with my mindset and knowing what can be done.
Right.
So then I would choose to kind of build, because there's no and I think that's what Jay done. Like, he's chosen to take that route because he knows what can be done. So, but I don't know if everyone would have that same feeling going over. But I think I can't speak for you, man, but I've got to a space in my life where actually that lifestyle or that way of wanting to build actually probably suits me better. In terms of grafting, in terms of kind of reaping what you sow, like literally. I think that suits me as a person, because ultimately it's peaceful. It's hard work. Like, even with going through the days, like sometimes like going up and down the stairs, it's like, boy, the heat take you out, man. But when you just see like literally the fruits of your labour, that would give me peace. But when you but when you see the fruits of your labor, before you even see the fruits of your labor over here,
run through
tax, this,
run
that,
through,
and then you got this to kind of then do bills, childcare, whatever, like mortgage, this, that, and whatnot. So that's, you're not really seeing the fruits of your labor, because that's you're disseminating it straight back out before it even comes in. You know?
Just on that, it's interesting, because I was looking at that, and I think I've said to you, man, that for me, I just look at this country and I think the next 10 years are going to be critical. I've said that, and I just don't see the future here, if I'm being honest. The way things are running at the minute, we won't get political, but you can just see that the next 10 years are going to be very interesting. Your money is not getting you far now. So you work the whole month, and then 2 weeks in, you're already scraping, right? And it's been designed that way, like you said, when it's tax, everything is done. So I'm looking at it, I'm thinking, 10 years ago, you could get a bit more for your money. Now, if we talk to our parents, they'll say you could get a lot more. If you talk to your grandparents, oh yeah, houses were cheaper.
Inflation, relativity, and all that,
So I've been looking at that, but the other question I've been asking myself is, will you be able to transfer some of your skills? Because obviously Jay is out there and he's on the land, right? But let's say we moved out there. Would we be able to get the same, say, career than that we've got here, there? And would it pay the same dividend? Or do you think we would have to then change careers and then look at other alternatives?
I would, just purely because the way, obviously, the industry I'm in, it's not that in third world countries like that. So you'd have to adjust, man. It'd have to probably be more, for me anyway, it'd be more kind of more of a labour, I guess, kind of push at the start, and then you start infiltrating your skills once it'll be more of an upskilling. Like, so for example, you get bare people right now, like they go over to Dubai to teach English.
Yeah.
And I don't not necessarily teachers or anything like that, but just that's how the world's moving. You know what I mean? I'm not saying obviously we go over there to teach English, but there'll be a lot of things that we could do. I'm already thinking about it now, really. But
yeah, man. There's a lot of skills we could definitely impart over there, and it's almost like not teaching of the Western way. That sounds like colonization.
I was about to say this.
It's more that, because what you do, like we spoke about it in role models from way back. You take the good from what you see and you leave the bad. Yeah, so you don't just focus. I've got one role model, and that's who you just follow. Because if they do something wrong, you wouldn't go that way too. Then you just take what is good from them. So we take whatever is good aspects from the Western society, and we implement that there if it's suitable. But we leave the negative part of it. And you spoke about what you reap is what you sow type thing. And I think that speaks to a lot. I think that's what helps us resonate with Trinidad more than here, is because we're not used to getting the value of what we put in. Yeah. You understand what I'm saying? Like we are so used to grafting like hell, like I'm dogs, and then getting scraps. That's what we used to do. So when we went over there and went, wait a minute, literally I get tit for tat. And if not, you get more. Because if you plant one seed, you're not going to get one fruit back, are you? Yeah. You understand? So it's a long-term investment that pays more than its dividends. Yeah. And Jay had enough out there to feed himself and us. Yeah. That's just one farmland. You understand what I'm saying? Whereas here, can your job sustain us too? And you? No. Oh, okay. So what you know what I'm saying? The relativity isn't there here. And that just builds a individual mindset. You have to think about you first before about anyone else. I can't feed your plate till I'm fed. Yeah? Whereas over there, what do you mean? Go pick a young bro. You ain't got to worry about nothing in that aspect. So I think value is what it speaks to. We feel more valued over there, and we feel that our works would pay off over there. Whereas here, we're trying to retire when?
66 for females, I think.
I don't know.
Yeah, I think it's 66 for
females. There you go. Ask big man Jay. When does he want to? Say 45. You understand what I'm saying? Can you say can you confidently say that you can retire at 45 or you want to?
No. Not at the moment.
Because we know our situation here. We don't get the value of what we put in. And that's oppressive. That's damaging to your psyche. That's damaging. Imagine seeing a tunnel that has no end. But someone keeps saying, just keep walking, you'll reach it, but you can't see no end.
But that's what I was saying, isn't it? Like, things are changing. Because, like, for example, one of the laws, just quickly touching on that, was your pension. Right? You could nominate a beneficiary for your pension if you were to die, but they want to tax that now. So a lot of people would have just a pension to leave for their kids, and now they're coming and saying, and that will be taxed. So it's just, those are some of the things that I'm just looking at. So it's just interesting. Whereas there, if you've got land, you're passing it on to your family.
No one's cutting that star fruit in half and saying sorry.
Exactly.
That's for the government, are they? You know what I'm saying?
Like literally in Zim, I don't know if the laws have changed, obviously, since been there, but in Zim, the house would just literally
knock on.
Yeah. Right. Dad is passed on, it's now yours. I've passed on, it's now yours. No government interference, nothing.
There's no probate. Not like that.
No. As long as you got the will.
When I cause beef.
It used to. But that's a different matter. We won't get into that. But literally all it would be beef amongst family.
Of course.
Yeah, it wouldn't be beef amongst the government. It would be literally amongst family. The government will literally just say, who's the beneficiary? Cool. Crack on. Whereas here, to a certain amount, where's my cut?
It's hell.
So it was just I guess looking back on it, when when you just sat there one day, just thinking, what a time we had. I was just thinking these things in my mind, like, okay, if I go there, would I be able to transfer my skills? Okay, yes, yeah. And then if you've got a partner, you've got a wife, would she want to go there? If you've got kids, how would that work? And stuff like that. So it's just things to think about. But it shows that we've come from the earth as a people, because like you said, you two weren't born there, but you felt more at home there than here. Whereas for me, it's like I'm reconnecting again. Just all those bed sounds. It's like
this is just birds, boy. I'm not sure about them bats, but
and the insects still got the scars, but I won't go into it. But so based on obviously our experience, do we think maybe we will implement things slightly different?
100%. Just
So, Kay, you've been over there a couple of times, or like 3 times now. Well, that's your 3rd time. Is there anything different that you experienced? And so that'd be my question for you. And for T, is there anything that surprised you, or anything, or what was the kind of like the standout moment or memory, or there's like 2 questions in there, so you can run through.
Oh, go for it, man. Go for it.
different for me was not going by myself for one. Had you man there, boy? Like, well, you know what I mean? I'm calling F. We call him F. You know what I mean? We had F there too. Yeah. That's probably a teaser for some point in time. But that brotherhood, like my little phrase, like brotherhood is a weapon. Just having the brotherhood was there when me and Jay were there, innit? Yeah, like we leaned on each other, we got things done. Yeah, but just to have like additional pillars. And I'll call you like pillars because that's exactly what you are, man. It's just amazing to know that I could be somewhere doing one thing, and I don't even have to think about what you man are doing, because I know you don't. I know you man are doing your thing, and whatever you're doing is going to benefit whatever I'm doing. And you understand what I'm saying? The brotherhood in terms of the aspect of the brotherhood in terms of the aspect of entertainment. Yeah, like obviously me and Jay would vibe and have jokes and laugh and drink up some punching and all that, but additional people there too to bounce off of your characters and all that and stuff. T, you'll never get over that. You'll never get over. I'll never forget. It's burned into my brain. You balancing that T on your beat and whining, bro. I was like, get it back.
Wow, man said whining now. I wasn't whining.
Done.
Gonna be playing right
But,
now.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's too much, man. And even this shit in Big Man Dre, seeing him dance. You understand how long I seen Jerome dance? You understand? Just seeing him dance, man. You know what I'm saying? So it's just nice, man. And he done us a good service, man. He done us a blessing. And that showed brotherhood as well. You know what I mean? To put us up.
Yeah, that was a good host.
To run around doing all that crap.
All that driving.
Before we even got there, to be adaptive and deal with things, because he didn't want us to have a negative experience. Him to book someone to come in and make food, all stuff like that, man. He didn't have to do all them things, man. You know what I mean? But we should have been paying him for the experience. If you really deep it, you understand? People put packages on for holidays, they paid them. Whereas he saw us as such a blessing, and he held brotherhood to a T, that it was like his blessing for us to come there. So that was the major difference for me, man, is that just being there with additional brothers, holding firm onto brotherhood, man. Like I'm saying it I've said it, I'm still gonna keep saying it. Brotherhood is a weapon, man. And it's gonna come to fruition the more and more times get hard. It really will, man. Yeah, ask me.
I hear that. Yeah, for me, I guess the main standout point was just us 4 in the same place. You know, we've been doing this now 5 years. Yeah. I know for the listeners and viewers, you've only known us.
You might not seem that way.
You might not seem that way. But we've been doing this for the past 5 years. And unfortunately, obviously, because of Jay's location, we hadn't been in the same room. Yeah. So just being together, that was something. And to me, it was a testament as well of how it came about. It was just like, yeah, we're going to go visit Jay. Yeah, when? All right. Shall we book it now then? Yeah, now let's get the dates in. Boom, done. Do you know how many plans have died in group chats?
Cheers. Say it again.
Do you know how many? Yeah. Never took off.
Yeah.
Or when it comes to it, people are just dropping off left, right, center. Oh, I can't make it now, I can't make it.
Yeah.
Not a single thing happened. Everything was just like, yeah, boom, 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 done. We're going. And we went. And then just being there, it was a lot. Because I look at some of the experiences that we had, like all the dancing and stuff like that. It was just pure, man, because it was just us. There was nothing else. Like I was saying to you that time about, it's amazing how brotherhood, when you just got good people around, you can enjoy it. There's no drama, there's nothing, there's no, oh, you haven't done this, you haven't done that. Everyone it's just moving at the same vibration.
It's called freedom, man.
Right? So yeah, that was me, man. That was just an experience that I definitely want to do soon.
Round 2.
What about yourself, Em?
It's weird because the initial plan was, well, for me anyway, I was going to go over there on my ones to see Jay. So it's interesting you saying, obviously, the contrast. But I don't even know, man. It's so much was. If you think about the circumstances as well, obviously, which you guys will see or would have seen on like some of the vlogs, it was overcome everything, man. Like the last couple of days, we changed location. You know what I mean? And it's just like, all right, we'll just roll with it, man. Like, so just the adaptability and just the free flow of, okay, we've got to do this now. Okay, we can't do this. Like, you had plans to like do certain things.
Yeah.
Okay, can't do that now. Obviously, the Tobago incident, like that kind of just threw everything in the air. But
serious.
That was the only negative, really, wasn't it? To be fair.
I don't even want to call that negative. That's a challenge. It's a challenge.
Yeah. You could call it that.
It's a test.
But
Yeah.
I think just getting out there and just touching the ground, touching the soil. You know what I mean? Just
Rounding boy.
Just being not too sure. About barefoot and that, but still. Yeah, man. It was just getting out there and just seeing, and even I think it was the last day we was in a certain part when we were going for a walk and a run, and just going for a run, and some of the locals were like just saying, "Yeah, man, have a good day." Like, and I remember them just saying, "Yeah, keep pushing," and just
different, isn't it?
You know what I mean? Like,
So it's like a community supporting each other.
Yeah.
They don't even know you, but they're just saying.
Yeah. And it's like, it's like real exercise in the sun, you know, like, yeah, man. It's levels. It really is, and it makes me. That's not even my native Caribbean island, so.
Sure?
And then I felt like that. So boy,
That's a proof you're there, man.
yeah, man.
And the saddest thing was that when we jogged, we didn't reach the doubles, man.
Wow.
That was sad for me.
Yeah, for you, yeah. Any day without doubles was a sad day for you. So, you know, not gonna
Wait,
go
2 days without doubles, bro. That's peak, man.
Technically, you went longer without doubles than he did with biscuits.
Hold up.
You know what?
Nah.
Think about it.
You deep it.
What do you mean?
Including not talking about just the coconut ones, the honey ones too, and KFC.
I only had literally one.
Yeah, but you still every
Honey,
day you were talking about.
No, I wasn't having it every day.
No, you've had doubles more days than. Sorry, you had biscuits more days than I had doubles.
That's true.
I'm not gonna argue in it because that's not what we're here. So I'm not gonna. Yeah, right. Okay. All I know is I took 20 home with me.
Exactly.
So
And how many's left?
none. They're done, fam. They're done.
Oh boy.
Yeah. Did you have any questions?
Yeah, man. Just more of like just a food for thought type situation, really. Like, we benefited more than we lost in Trinidad, right? Cool. The only major loss, as far as I'm concerned, was the cost. Yeah?
It's not a loss, really.
That can be recuperated easy, yeah? What would we advise other people one step away from DNA who have a connection? Or maybe they don't have maybe they don't have people over there, but if they do, or if they don't, what would we advise them, or advise groups of our people to do to reconnect with back home, so to speak? Obviously, so to speak, it was given to us, but because it benefited us. And we go back to what we said about the locals over there, because they haven't been outside of their environment. That's normal to them. It's only when you step out and come back in, you realize, wait a minute. So what would we advise people one step away from DNA to do to experience that level of change, or at least experience something different, so when they come back into this environment?
Yeah. Because I know so many people, and probably even family members of the older generation that haven't even gone back home, so to speak. And the last time I touched a Caribbean island was like when I was 14. 36. So I think I was 14 anyway. But I would just say, like, and I don't really like this saying, but I would say life is too short to not touch base. And I know there's probably the home comforts, and you might kind of feel like you might some people might fall out of place, because we know how it is. Like, if you go over to any foreign country, you know, like, people know that you're foreign. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? So I do think there's an element of that, like that exposure and maybe the uncomfortability, and but yeah, I would just say do it, man, before it's too late. Before it's too late. And 9 times out of 10, I'd say that you'll have a positive experience.
Okay, what do you say from your perspective, man?
One thing I just remembered. I don't know if you might ever watched it. They've done a program where they would swap. So not a house swap or anything like that. They would swap a group of people from, say, the UK.
I think I remember that.
And then take a group of people from Trini and swap them.
I remember seeing the parent one.
They done with the kids as well, innit?
Yeah.
Kids that's in Barbados, bro.
Yeah. I almost would like that for our people. Because that would be the quickest way.
Like that for who? Are people switching over straight away?
Not switching over straight away, but just for a brief time.
Right.
Because that's the quickest way to expose different sides. Like you were saying, Kay, about if you went in the bush and then you got people in shacks and things like that.
Right.
And they're not thinking about what I need to do more for my people, I need to have my place nicely done or whatever. Yeah. I'm just thinking of surviving.
Yeah.
But if you thought about it in that way, if I literally just picked them up and dropped them at my house,
go ahead.
That exposure is just...
You think that's too much?
It could be too much, but I'm just thinking out the box, like, okay, what would be the quickest way? Because like you were saying, for our people, you almost feel like you want to go in there and just say, listen, do this, do that, man, and then we can level up, right, as people. Yeah. And what will be the quickest way to do it? And I think that could be...
Show rather than tell.
I don't think that would be a positive from that side coming over. It'd literally be like coming out of the matrix, and then plugging yourself back in. It might so you'd pick stuff up, but I think if it was to bring, which is weird because obviously that's what a lot of people have done from Windrush, etc. But I don't looking at it now. I really don't think it's obviously finances are a whole different story.
Yeah.
And quality of life, etc. From a financial point of view, but it's really not that, man. It's really not. I don't think coming over and just being in this system of things over here anyway
is beneficial.
It's not. It's not. Think about the obviously maybe statistics are not as well kept in other countries, but this country is rife with anxiety, depression, eating disorders, this, that, and whatnot. Like, all in first world country. Like, there hasn't been any like world wars in our generation or things like that to kind of really put us in a. So what is it then? What's making people? What's pushing people down that route of everything's a problem, everything's an issue, people clashing left, right, and centre. And I'm not saying that's not in like that in other countries, but for a first world country to be in so much turmoil, especially from a mental, spiritual point of view, something's not right.
So maybe let me clarify. I was thinking out loud. That was a question, but let me clarify what I mean. I think plugging them in terms of like, okay, yeah, you need to go and work, you need to go and do this and do that.
Right.
That would be the thing to do.
Yeah.
Right. I'm talking about just in general, like, okay, just what, so you can get to experience the different life like we did. We went there for 8 days, right? And we got to see things differently. So to them, it's a holiday, right? But to plug them into the matrix, like you're saying, is a different ball game.
Yeah, 100.
Because obviously then that will come, oh, you got to pay tax. Because they'll be thinking, oh yeah, I've done my calculations and I'm going to get 3,000 at the end of this month.
Yeah, one.
Do you know what I mean? So that wouldn't be the one, but I'm just thinking out loud just now when you asked the question, was like, if you did that for 8 days, yeah, and it's a holiday, but to you it's exposure. It's, oh, didn't think of that. Didn't think of this. And things are happening in Africa now. You've got people that are inventing, they're using cow dung, for example, as gas.
Yeah, they are.
Right? They're using water for, like cars that use water, literally. Yeah. They're inventing a lot of stuff, right? And that's partly their own genius and their mind, but also exposure. Because if you see, oh, Elon Musk did it with Tesla, did this. I want to try something. But how do you get to that point if you've never been exposed to Elon Musk?
Yeah, 100.
Right? So the only way would be to bring that exposure out. But yeah, it was just me thinking of that program, and I thought that could be interesting.
What was that called?
I can't remember. I'm sure.
World's Strictest Parents?
Nah, I don't think so.
If you haven't watched it, man, watch the Barbados episode. She ready to cancel the whole show, right? Right there.
It's mad. But yeah, it's just something that I think I've always said exposure is, you can't not implement that, especially for your kids. You've got to expose them to different types. You know me with my daughter, I'm the same. I was the same that time. I'm like, she's too shy. I'm like, right, there you go. Go and socialize. Yeah. Go and do this. It's just trying to make sure that your mind gets just open up, man. And
you got to burst that bubble sometimes and say, listen, there's more out there than just your sphere.
Exactly. And you tend to find that with more exposure, you raise people that are not as ignorant. Most ignorant people that you come across, they've never left the UK really.
And it increases resilience too, like what you were just talking about, all the mental health issues, stuff like that. It increases your resilience if you learn to live with less. Because this is supposed to be the land of plenty. If you learn to live with less, you can't. You actually appreciate. Wait a minute, I don't need to buy into all this capitalism. Yeah, it doesn't make me happy.
The caveat, not caveat, but the flip side to that, or maybe the question mark to that is, like I said right at the start of the episode, is not everyone's ready for that.
I agree.
Because how we live just for 8 days, there'd be many people that wouldn't in their head say, I can do that.
Oh yeah.
Touchy, yeah, like that.
They would.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
Got yammed up by insects everywhere.
The thing is, simple little things like that. That's
enough.
Because that's an actual lifestyle change. Like a simple thing is like this mosquito every day is eating you from. That is a lifestyle change. Yeah, and some people can handle it. Some people can't handle insects and stuff like that. Like my mumsy. No. Unless there's a net around the whole house. Yeah. I'm telling you, man. She's not dealing with that. She have to have one of them nets to come down over the bed and that, and then before everything gets spray up, and it's true. Not everyone's ready for that. It might look good on pictures. It might sound good. When you're actually living it, you have to get up every day. Like if you don't go and harvest that fruit and then vegetables, you're not eating. It's not gonna walk to the door, is it? So you gotta jump down there, jump over that.
You can't just order it. You can just go on the app and
there's
just.
no delivery coming to drop off your doubles or. Yeah, you know what I mean?
Why are you bringing doubles?
That's the thing. That's one thing. Actually, we need to be transparent because, like, obviously, a lot of the obviously footage. Obviously, we're in the bush, in the fields and stuff. But we still went to churches. We still went to KFC.
Yeah.
We still went to doubles.
But the only reason why we went there is because we wanted to try the cultural food and try the difference.
Yeah.
All right.
We went to churches for the biscuits. That's.
But I don't want people to think like it was just pure, every day was
in the bush and that.
It wasn't that.
And we got food cooked for us and made for us and all that stuff as well. You know, so you know what I'm saying. It's beautiful.
Like, it wasn't like every day. It was like we had to literally pick our food every day. but there's so many experiences in there that were needed. Well, needed for me anyway. But I just don't want people to think like, oh, they really like
roughed it. They roughed it.
Yeah, man. Especially this guy. Biscuits. But yeah,
I'm not even gonna say nothing.
You can't. That's why.
I'm not gonna respond to that. Last question then for me then. When are we going back? That's all I want to know because I'm ready. I'm ready.
Jay, when you want us back, man? Because we live in this part of the world, the number one thing that comes up in our heads is finance. Yeah. The number two thing is, can we get that time off work and when?
Pause that for a second. Let me just rephrase that. Not necessarily go back to Trini.
Yeah.
But just to travel. I want you, man, to go Zim.
We want to go Zim.
When you're ready.
We want to go Zim, G.
Yeah.
I just want to make sure me and you are on good level before I go there.
Wow. Wow.
Well, it might be the last time you see K, so T be like, remember when you?
You're on my home turf now. It's just.
Yeah, but on a real though, I think that has to be done. I think without a shadow of a doubt, that has to be done. And I want to. The only part Africa I've been to is South Africa and Egypt. That's the only two parts. You know what I'm saying? So I want to, and you're from there. Like, I'll always say, you know someone until you know someone. Yeah, and I would say I categorically know you. When you meet someone's family and that, you know what I mean, where you grew up and that's a different type of knowing from. You know what I mean? Like, you know, like you knew Jerome, but you know Jerome now. You understand? You understand what I'm saying? So it's the same thing when someone invites you into their home. You understand? Like, you know them, but then you come into their home and their public self is gone. It's just them now. They're chilling there, but you know what I mean? You know them now. So that's how I kind of see it, man. Like, I have to go there, in my opinion. So yeah, man. But I want to travel somewhere with you, man. Next year, man. I don't feel we should be waiting 2 years or 3 years until we travel out again. Obviously, Lord, I am loud. Finance, family, child situations, work, financial slavery allowing us to go for a short time. All that stuff's got to be worked out. But in terms of when I want to, it's got to be next year, man. It'll be next year, G.
Yeah, I need to get a family one in first. I'm not gonna lie, but yeah, definitely Zim. That would be a whole nother level, man. 100, because a whole nother continent.
What's the pepper like?
Don't worry about it. You'll find out.
We'll find out.
You'll find out. I think it's just for the viewers and listeners. It doesn't have to be abroad. Yeah, it doesn't have to be a different continent. But just having good people around you and just going away, because we done that when we went to Centre Parks. 100. You know, and it was one of the best experiences that we had. That was the first time we went away as just brothers. Amazing. You know, somewhere local. It just done us a world of good. So it's something I would definitely encourage to say, like, look, just go there, man.
I think we should do it.
Yeah.
Somewhere to go somewhere.
Yeah.
Once a year.
I'm with that. It's just, it's food to your soul.
It is.
Sometimes you don't even realize like how much you're just digging, and by the time you get up, like now, we're in August. The year is done. You know what I mean?
Bro.
We've got 4 months, the year is done. How quick has that gone?
Nah, I remember when we had a conversation about what we're doing for this year at the beginning. We all said it's gonna go quick. We all said it.
Yeah, so it's just one of those things.
Yeah, man.
Do one of you want to wrap up?
I've got one step away from question. So the example that was given, when you trade houses.
Yeah. Go on.
He said it so. T, that is just to break.
Because I see you. Because I already see where you're going. Go on.
What do you do? This is the one step away from the situation. If they don't let you back a year,
what do you mean?
if they've experienced a nice, they transferred over from there,
Yeah.
They're your young. So
Yeah.
you get the flight to come back to switch back.
There's always one.
What do you do?
I'm not participating. Hey, listen, you know the listeners.
You have to answer.
Episode 5.
What do you do?
It's the best. Yeah, wrap
Yo,
it.
Em,
Wrap it
come
up.
back with your missus and your kids.
What I'm saying is, we're no longer 1 step. We're 0 steps. But it's a wrap. Alright? It's a wrap. Get out of here. Wow.
You got a D, you're supposed to answer.
I thought that as well, you know. I thought